Periyava Sharanam, Glimpses from Sri MahaPeriyava's Life History, Volume 2, Chapter 9, The Beginning of 21-year-long Travels, 1919 to 1939. Year 1923 continued. Visit to Nerur. After completion of the Tatanka Pratishthai event, MahaPeriyava travelled through several villages to Karur. From Karur, he proceeded to Nerur to visit the Adhishtanam tomb of a Hindu guru of the great saint Sri Sadashiva Brahmendral. Sri Sadashiva Brahmendral was a saint, a philosopher and a Carnatic music composer who lived in India during the 17th, 18th century. He received divine guidance from the 57th Acharya of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetam, Sri Paramashivendra Saraswati. Besides authoring many Sanskrit scriptures such as Yoga Sutra Vritti, Brahma Sutra Vritti, Atma Vidya Vilasa and Yoga Sudhakara, Sri Sadashiva Brahmendral composed many Carnatic songs including the popular Bhaja Raghuvira, Bhajare Gopalam, Manasa Sancharare and Sarvam Brahmamayam. In addition, he wrote a book, Guru Ratna Malika, describing the history of the Acharyas of Kamakoti Peetam up to his guru Paramashivendra. In this remarkable book, he has included a description of some of the Indian kings and poets. Following his guru's path, this great quiet saint controlled his senses and wandered around as an avaduta without any clothes in Kaveri river banks, sand dunes and bushy tree areas, generally out of human sight. While he was wandering in the forests of Pudukkottai, Raja Vijayaraghunatha Tondaiman, the king of Pudukkottai, spotted him and requested him for Upadesha mantra. Brahmendral wrote the mantra on the sand. The king picked up the sand and placed it in his royal puja room for worship. It is said that Brahmendral appeared simultaneously at several places and performed many miracles. One day, the saint called his disciples and told them, after a few days, a Brahmin brahmachari bachelor from Kashi, now Varanasi, will bring a Shivalingam. On the day of his arrival, I will relinquish my body. You should bury me and make a samadhi tomb at Nerur, grow a vilva tree near it and install the Shivalingam brought by the Brahmin youth. Events took place exactly as per his instructions. MahaPeriyava stayed in Nerur for about a week. He spent most of the time alone in meditation at the Samadhi of Sadashiva Brahmendral. MahaPeriyava helps resolve Abhishekam dispute. Most Hindu temples have tall gopurams, towers. These gopurams are built tall so that whenever a person looks at them, he is reminded of God at least for a moment. When the gopurams become old, they have to be repaired at periodic intervals and restored to good condition. There are certain rules laid down in the Shastras and Hindu theology to sanctify the repaired gopurams. The sanctifying ceremony for the gopuram is called Kumbhabhishekam. Kumbha refers to the crown on the gopuram. Abhishekam is the ritual sprinkling of water. In Kumbakonam, a wandering sannyasi called as Padagacheri Swamigal was well respected by the local people. He belonged to the Velala community. Holding a small brass pot, he used to collect small coins as donations. People contributed liberally to him as they believed the money was for a good cause. Over time, the small collections grew to a substantial amount. The aging gopuram of the local Sri Nageshwara Swami temple caught Patakacheri's eye. He used the collected money to repair and restore the gopuram of this temple. Soon after completion of the work, a date was fixed for the Kumbhabhishekam. However, a dispute arose on who should perform the Abhishekam first. The Vishwakarma group sculptors, which did the repairs, wanted preference over the temple's Adishaiva priests in doing the Abhishekam. Because of serious differences of opinion between the sculptors and the priests, the Vishwakarma group filed a lawsuit in the court. Padagacheri got worried and approached MahaPeriyava to seek his intervention in resolving this dispute. MahaPeriyava called each of the two groups separately, heard their arguments and got them to sign an agreement accepting the decision from the mutt. Both the groups submitted this agreement to the court as part of the lawsuit. This greatly relieved the stress and responsibility of the judge. The judge agreed to accept MahaPeriyava's decision as the judgment in this case. MahaPeriyava conveyed to the court that Shastras do not raise any particular objection to the first Abhishekam performed by the Vishwakarma group at Kumbhabhishekam ceremony. Based on MahaPeriyava's opinion, the court gave a judgment resolving the dispute. Later, in June 1923, the Kumbhabhishekam of Sri Nageshwara Swami temple was performed in a grand manner. Patakacheri Swamigal was thrilled. To be continued, Periyava Sharanam.